You are now listening to the Odd Valley Podcast.
Hi, and welcome to Odd Valley Live. We are here with you after a long hiatus. We're back. It is October, one of our favorite months, so something very special will be happening. But first, let me introduce myself. My name is Mochi Squeeze. I am your host, one of your hosts, and over there is Jacob Jones.
Hey.
He is there and
Yeah.
doing stuff.
I am
Drinking?
here.
Yeah,
I am
doing
here.
stuff, drinking.
I'm we'll call you the host, and then I'm like the other guy too. I'm the
Yeah.
producer. You just call me the dungeon master.
Yes.
I mean, only if you want to, you know.
I
This-
mean,
I
he
encourage
is,
the dungeon
but,
master
you know,
to talk, but you know.
He is, but anyways,
It's been a while since I've done dungeon mastered though.
Yeah, true. But I just wanted, before we go on, it is October, so what I am doing every time we stream this month, I will be dressed up in a different costume. I today am dressed up as. Anyone want to take a guess?
I'm really the only other person
You're the
in
only
this
other
room,
person
so
in this room.
okay, let me.
And there might not be people in chat, or they're shy, but here.
Are you Samara from the Ring?
No.
Are
No,
you Elvira, but like without the cleavage?
Nope.
Oh, you must be Wednesday Addams. then.
Wednesday Addams.
Ah, yeah,
Mhm,
nice,
mhm.
nice.
I hate this dress, by the way. I
why?
was Wednesday Addams
It's
for
nice.
one Halloween, but it's because it has a weird tag right here, right where the neck is, and it is itching me. So, you'll see me mess with my collar, like
Crucial.
a little bit, because it's there's a tag that's very itchy. That's why I do not. I wore this one year and I just didn't wear it again. But yes, so this week is Wednesday Addams, and then
Yep.
you're just gonna have to tune in to see what other costumes I have in store for you.
Yeah.
But before we get started, we are going to do our preliminary shots,
Which aren't poured yet.
which aren't poured yet. There's a lot of things that didn't happen right now, because also the wheel doesn't have words on it.
Yeah.
But
We'll spin it anyway.
we'll get to it. We will get to it. So Jacob is pouring our preliminary shots. While he's doing that, I will take care of a little bit of housekeeping. We don't really have much. We were just on hiatus for a little bit because we had family stuff, and also Jacob had a DJ gig last week, which he killed it. Everybody loved it.
Oh, thank you.
And,
Appreciate that.
Yeah, everybody loved him. So everybody give him a round of applause. I do not want Woodford Reserve, which
Thank
we will
you
talk,
for answering that question.
We'll talk about that. So we have basically a half bottle of Woodford Reserve because at the wedding they had that, and basically I was the only one drinking it, and so the bride and groom just said, "Here you go, just take it with you because we're a tequila household and no one else is gonna fucking drink this." So I said, "Okay, I will take it because we could, make our old fashions, and Jacob likes to drink it on the rocks sometimes. I'm not into that. I do not do that."
I'm taking a shot of it.
Jacob is taking a shot of it, which we did a lot of shots of that during this wedding as well.
I feel like I took more tequila.
He probably did. He probably did because if anyone has not watched the show before or does not know Jacob, he is half Mexican. So, he, not that matters.
Truth bombs.
But but we went to a Mexican wedding. And they had a lot of tequila, and they had a lot of good tequila. So of course Jacob was going to drink that.
Yeah, and Viva la Mexico.
But yeah, so the shots are poured. This is our preliminary shot. I did want to do a quick shout out to my coworker Matt. It is his birthday today. I told him he said he was going to try to catch the podcast. We were talking about our podcast. So I told him that we would give him a shout out,
What's his name?
Matt.
Hey, what's up, Matt? I don't know if you're seeing this live or not. Maybe you're watching this later, but I want to welcome you to the as a viewer. And you know what I mean? What's up? How you doing?
Yeah.
I hope you
So-
drink with us tonight. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Hope you drink with us whenever you see this.
Yeah.
That's all I'm saying.
Agreed. So it's gonna kind of be a shock because he's not used to really seeing outside joy. So yeah, because I separate my work life and my outside life. I have a different personality, so that's how it goes. But with that being said, that's okay. Happy birthday, Matt. I forget how old you turn, and I'm not going to put you on blast. So I'm not going to say your age, even if I did know it, which I don't. So we will go ahead and take the shot right now. Are you ready, Jacob? Jones?
Yeah.
Okay. Here we go. Here we go.
Cheers to everyone
Cheers.
watching, and happy Oddtober. Yeah, that's right. I'm calling it Oddtober. Hashtag
Woo.
Oddtober.
Okay. As per usual,
Shout.
I do Jameson. I was almost gonna sneeze, so I did not take that right. It was weird, but I'm fine now. But okay, so we are gonna move on. We are going to tell you what our topic is. Our topic for October, also what we're gonna do besides me doing costumes and whatever, is we are gonna have a spooky topic every time, every episode this month. So in honor of us going to the Renaissance Fair tomorrow, because as everyone knows, we are big fat nerds, so we are doing the Ren Fair. The only thing is we're not dressing up because, you know, I contemplated it, but I was thinking I wanted to be more comfortable more than be
Yeah.
in my costume.
Smart.
Because I
Smart.
wanted to, you know, have full mobility to walk around and to drink and eat and stuff like that. And I feel like if I was in cosplay, I would not be able to do that. But we will be there in comfortable clothing. So
You know it.
That's happening. And
Man, I pulled that together really quick there.
I hope they have meat pies this time because they did not last time. And if they did, I did not see them. And I don't know if it's because we came late. So I'm hoping, because I'm not really a turkey leg girl, so I don't really want turkey leg. I will say no shame that I would only do a turkey leg just to hold it for a picture. And then I would not eat it. I would have Jacob eat it. So I might have a bite.
I'm getting a turkey leg. And
I
you
may
know
have a
it.
bite.
You
but
know I'm getting a
that's-
turkey
that's
leg
about
this
it.
year.
So yeah.
Or this, time.
But so with that being said, our topic today is going to be medieval torture. If you
Wait.
are watching the podcast for the first time,
Uh-huh.
we are a drinking podcast.
Yeah.
So what we basically do is we drink during this whole podcast.
Mm-hmm.
We generally pick a topic that we want to kind of educate the viewers on. And like I say all the time, and Jacob hates this, we try to give you the most accurate information possible. But as we go on through this podcast, we do get very drunk, so the information could start sounding false, maybe. So please keep us honest, and if we are getting stuff wrong, you could always comment in chat. We do not take ourselves seriously, so I hope you guys don't either, and I hope you guys drink with us, because we are much more fun when you drink with us, to be quite honest. So
Okay.
So yeah, that was my rant
Sure.
as host, introducing everybody. So
We got to at least do a little bit of plugs really quick, because if we don't do plugs before we get drunk, I forget. So just want to let you guys know, if you didn't know, I have another podcast I do with my friend Miguel, who's been on the show before, and our friend Gage from Humboldt County. Cool ass
We
dude.
don't want to toss out where he's located, so I don't know what's happening right now.
Oh, okay, California. Sorry.
Yeah. Okay.
What? I'm just trying to say he's from over there.
I mean, I'm sure he.
I'm not
doesn't-
saying giving his fucking address
sure
out.
He doesn't mind because Gage is cool.
I mean,
I'm just saying.
we're in Las Vegas.
I'm
It's
very-
basically saying the same thing.
No,
It's not a big deal. It isn't?
You didn't say what county we're in.
Clark County.
Okay, well now you could narrow that down.
So anyway,
What if people start to swat us?
I mean, I hope not. Why would they? We're not. We'd have to be playing a first-person shooter video game. You know what I mean?
I don't know what you guys are. What you're
We'd
doing
have to-
on the side, like playing your video
We'd have
games.
to be playing like Overwatch and piss off a 12-year-old for us to get swatted.
And you play Overwatch.
Yeah, but
I'm
only
just
once.
saying. I'm
Only
just trying
once.
to be careful because I'm a genuine Taurus. I don't trust anybody.
Okay. Fair.
Trust no
Wow. Wow. Breaking out the that. Well, I'm a Sagittarius. I'm all fire and passion.
I trust no one, and I also learned from the X Files. So
I love the X-Files.
don't get on me about that.
I'm not.
You already
Who's
know.
getting on you about anything?
But anyway,
you have a hostile tone to you right now, and I think you should just relax.
came off a really really hard week, so
We
I
all
just
did.
Really,
We're ready to start punching each other.
I feel like maybe you did think that you came off a hard week, but mine was way harder.
This isn't a fucking pissing contest. All I'm trying to say is I have another podcast where we nerd out. Check it out. It's called Neon Pocket Dimension.
It's very good.
You can find the the VODs, the recordings of it on our YouTube channel, which is also for this show. Maybe you want to watch this show later. Go ahead, go to YouTube, search Odd Valley. You'll find Odd Valley Studios. You'll find all our fun shows separated by playlists, organized nice and well. And you can listen to this show on any audio podcast feed. Just search Odd Valley. You'll find us on there too. And then, of course, you want to watch us live, twitch.tv/Odd Valley every Friday starting at 6:30 p.m. We go about an hour and a half, something like that.
Yeah, we
You know?
tried to keep it to just an hour and a half. So,
Yeah.
But sometimes we go over, depending on if we're having fun with the topic.
Mm-hmm. And then, we're on Twitter at Odd Valley Pod. So that's
Yeah.
all our shit. It's all out there. I've already started the drinking,
Yeah.
I'm about halfway through this beer. So I'm just going to say cheers to you. Cheers to this weekend. I cannot wait for tomorrow as well to go to the Ren Fair.
Yeah.
I've been hyping it up all week.
Yeah, so I'm pretty excited too. I will go ahead and I just barely started drinking because as much as I do also I do want to get buzzed and stuff. I do want to drink. I really also I'm slightly worried because I do want to go to the Ren Fair early and if depending on how tonight goes, I don't know how that's going to work, but I really really want to, so I'm really trying.
We got this.
But okay, let's move along. We did all our plugs. So next up is going to be Trebek. He's our wheel of misfortune.
Mm-hmm.
So what we do is it's a big wheel that has words on it. We spin it twice. Whatever it lands on, whatever words it lands on, if we say that during the podcast, we all have to drink. So we drink, you drink, we all drink. And please drink with us. Apparently, I found out just recently that gamers do not drink a lot, which I thought was very weird. But I guess I understand because you gotta be like, like really there and on point to win your games and stuff.
No, I mean,
So I get it. So I guess like just smoking weed would be better because you could control that more. I guess. I don't know. I'm not a weed smoker, so I'm not really sure.
What I'm trying to say, the reason why we even had that conversation is I was just saying, I feel like I'm down to drink, but then all the gamers that I hang out with, they don't drink as much as I do when we do drink, And
But
I'm not trying to throw any shade or anything. I was just saying, like, to me, it seems like I'm not sure how many gamers like to party hard. You know what I mean? I know there's some. There's some out there.
Like maybe not. I
You know
don't
what I
know.
mean?
I can't speak to the gamer community.
Because I feel like when I watch a streamer or something, and they're like, I'm gonna drink tonight, and they drink like 2 beers. You know what I mean? And then
Maybe
that's their whole night.
that's all they could really take. That's
But
why.
that's kind of what I'm getting at. So let me put this out to you. Are you a gamer out there? You know what I mean? How many beers can you handle? How many drinks can you handle in one night? Let me know. Hit us up at oddvalleypodcast@gmail.com. Let me know, how hard do you party?
Mm-hmm.
Or do you want to keep your brain nice and tip top shape so you only have a few drinks, have a little bit of a good time, and then you get back to your gaming tomorrow? I don't know.
Yeah. Yep.
I like to do everything. So
All right. Well, we are gonna put action cam on so you
Yeah.
guys can see Trebek. Are you ready? It's a little
off
askew.
center, yeah.
Okay. I don't care. I'm not gonna move it.
I did.
So we could fuck it.
Nobody
Fuck
said for you to move it, Mochi. It's okay. Oh no.
Well.
Well, I mean, for audio listeners, it's getting a little wild here on cam, but don't sweat it. Sometimes you click the wrong button. There we go. See? And look, I put this together without testing it earlier, so I got to get some credit for that. Anyway, I just hastily scrawled these words. Most likely, Mochi Squeeze has no idea what they say.
So he's gonna read it and
So
spin it at the same
I'm
time.
gonna read
So.
the different options. If you remember what she said, we'll spin it twice, and we'll see what happens. So I just threw things up there. I was thinking of just putting torture on every slice because I think it'd be funny, but no, we're not doing that. Here we go. So here's the possible words. We always have drink, drunk on there. We have Jesus.
Don't know why that's on there, but we'll go with it.
Oh, I know why. Medieval. Rack. Iron Maiden. We got fire. Pain.
Looks like Feist.
It sure does. I wrote it so fast that like my arm just kind of did its own thing.
Okay.
Pain. I don't know if I said that. Kill/death. Dungeon.
And torture.
Ah, yes, and torture. I put that on the purple slice because
Mm-hmm.
if y'all know anything about me, I like purple. So let's spin this bad boy twice. Yes, this is my hand here. Hello, you can see it.
Mm-hmm.
I'm slightly off camera. Let's spin this baby twice. Ooh, I didn't even spin it that hard. Wow. Fire.
Feist.
Nice. Is that fire and ice combined?
I mean, maybe.
Fire
You wrote
and
those.
ice. All right, here we go. It's Todoroki.
Yeah.
It's
it is
Todoroki.
Todoroki.
Fire and ice.
Yeah, you're right. You're right.
Ooh, damn, I fucking cranked that hog right there. Woo! Let's see where it goes, you know what I mean? And rack. All right, cool.
Okay.
That was all off the dome. I wrote it. You saw me do it. I was sitting
Uh-huh.
right here
Mhm.
while Mochi was hosting. So, okay, so whenever you hear these two words starting now, and I will type them in the chat, words of the week. Either rack or fire. You'll hear a bell for each, Mochi. And then you have to drink that many times. So here we go.
Okay.
Wiggity wiggity woo.
So
do
we're
this.
making it happen.
Oh, we're making it happen.
Mm-hmm. So let's
Yeah.
get into it.
So and also let me just throw this out there too. I know Mochi said that for the month of October she's gonna dress up in Halloween stuff or whatever, like costumes and whatnot.
Mhm.
We're also gonna be covering odd topics, creepy, spooky,
Yeah, that's what I told them.
season topics. Oh, I didn't hear that part. So this is kicking it off right here.
Yeah.
We're kicking it off, baby. Okay, so because we're going to the Ren Fair tomorrow,
Mm-hmm.
that's why you chose this topic, right?
Mm-hmm.
What's interesting for us, and this is something that Mochi Squeeze sent to our Slack earlier. Excuse me. We went to Ireland a few years ago, like 2019, I think.
2020.
2020?
Yeah, it was right before.
I thought the pandemic started in 2019.
2020. It started in 2020, and it
I
started
lost all
like
concept of time, I'm sorry.
after, right when we got back. Right when we got back,
Okay.
everything closed.
Okay, 2020. Sorry, everyone. I thought that the pandemic was 2019 because I don't know. It felt like a million years. So while we were there, we went to a jail, which is spelled Gaol, Gaol, like a jowl.
I don't know
It's
how
pronounced
to
like jail,
pronounce
I
it.
think. That's just how they spell jail.
I don't know. Any Irish people out there, you could always let us know. But
Yeah.
I can't. I'm the worst. Ask anybody. I'm the worst at pronouncing things. So
It's tough. Well, I mean,
can't be
okay.
trusted.
So in Elden Ring, there's these things called Everjails, and it's spelled like Ever, Gaol. It's spelled the same way.
Oh.
You know what I mean?
How do you know it's called Everjails? What if
Because
you're saying it
that's
wrong?
what everybody on the planet calls it, is an Everjail.
Okay.
So
I mean, I'm just gonna have to trust you because I don't play Elden Ring.
I am just repeating what I've heard. All right. So remember, we do our best over here.
Yeah,
I don't know if it's 100% right, but I'm pretty sure Gaol in Gaelic sounds like jail. But
yeah, it's too
we'll see.
bad. Like when he's gonna
that.
talk about this, but it's too bad I didn't save the videos of like because there were rooms at this place where you could try out the torture.
What?
Like you could do the torture.
You could do the torture.
Yeah, like
do it how?
like
What do you mean by do
with
it?
the things like you when they put it over your head and you're like in the thing.
Uh-huh.
And then also like when there's like pulling the rocks or whatever,
Yeah.
like how you had to do that, or like the hard labor stuff. Like they did have little stations where you could try it. But
That's
I
kinda
don't
fucked
have
up.
the videos of us doing that.
I
think it was
wait,
a
you mean
snap that I
it's
sent.
just it was just us and the stocks.
Yeah, the stocks, and then there were these
The stocks aren't really torture though.
yeah, but then it showed. Are you sure it's not torture? I feel like if
No.
you're gonna be out in the elements and you're in that thing, and then they're not even gonna cover you and they're not gonna do anything, they're just gonna leave you out there. It's public humiliation and it's torture.
I mean, yes, but like the things we're gonna talk about tonight are like truly way more horrific.
Yeah, but on a scale,
That's what I'm trying to say.
there are like scales to torture, and this would be torture at level 1,
Okay. Yeah,
but
yeah,
it would
that's fair
still
enough.
be torture.
That's fair enough. Sorry, I had to turn the light off. Yeah, but I mean, I don't know.
I'm sorry, I'm looking at my lipstick. I'm obsessed with this color. I don't know why I haven't been doing this color. Everybody, it's my brown espresso lip liner with my raspberry, like dark raspberry fucking matte lipstick.
Uh-huh.
Note
I
to
mean,
self.
it looks good.
Note to self, I gotta do that.
It's good for your skin tone.
Yeah,
You wouldn't be able to put that on if we were in like old school Ireland though.
Why?
You know what I mean? I don't know, because of Catholic stuff, I guess.
Maybe.
Are you allowed to put lipstick on Catholics? Let me know.
Yeah, I was Catholic. The fuck? I was raised Catholic. You
No,
fuck.
I'm not talking about raised Catholic in fucking 1990. I'm talking about raised Catholic in like the 1300s. It's different. Do you understand what we're gonna talk about today? I don't think you do. If you don't know what I'm even talking about.
Medieval torture.
Yeah, it's because of religion mostly.
Yes, it is because of religion.
Right. Yeah, and that's kind of what I'm getting at. You would have had your fucking tits ripped off if you put lipstick on, probably.
Maybe.
And that's the type of shit we're talking about today. That's right. It's Oddtober, guys. So let's get into this. Should we just read this thing?
Yeah, show
Wanna
the
just read it?
pictures because everyone likes a visual.
Well, I mean, this is just straight up like words. So I'm just going to read it verbatim. Does that sound okay? Because this is the picture you pulled up. Yeah,
Yes.
of course I'm going to show it. I mean, that's what we do on the show. We show things.
Yeah, we show things.
It's
like
behind
show
us.
and tell.
It's like right here.
Yeah, it's like show and tell.
I feel like I'm
Okay.
grabbing the wall.
So this is like at first I was like worried about like does this count as like torture? But then I felt
Right.
like yeah, you're in prison. I mean, shouldn't it be? Don't people get tortured in prison?
I mean, I think it's cool to
I feel like they do, don't they?
I mean, it depended on the thing you did, I guess. And but whatever. You know what? We're just starting with what we have from
It's
the
like torture
Irish.
and punishment is like adjacent, right?
Right?
So it works.
Okay. Yeah, I wasn't arguing that it didn't work.
I was arguing with myself
Okay.
in my mind.
Good talk. Do you want to read this?
I do not want to read it.
Of course not. Okay, so
I mean, I could, but you're not gonna be happy with the way I read it.
Really? Why
and
not?
You're probably gonna like. I hated reading, like when they had to do that in class, and they're like, "Oh, everyone take turns, do a fucking like paragraph here." I was like, "Ah, Lord, do I?"
Can you just grab me another beer when you have a second, please?
Yeah, are you gonna read the thing?
I'm gonna read the thing, but I just want to get that out there because I'm almost out. Anyway, this is what the thing says.
I guess you're gonna have my last playa dust.
No, there's another one under there. There's 2 left. One's for you, one's for me.
Okay.
Unless you want it.
No, I can't. I'm not doing any beer right now.
Well, hand it to me, though.
Like for this month.
Thank
okay?
you. For this whole month. Okay. Wow.
Well, for at least a few weeks. I mean, I'm going to do beer tomorrow.
Do you want me to read this thing or not?
Go ahead. But
all right. Here we go. Punishments. Introduction. Confined living quarters, unpalatable food, and the general unpleasantries of life under lock and key were reason enough for one to consider imprisonment
were you
a form
waving
of
your hand because
there's a fly in here or something.
Oh, I thought you
What
were
the fuck?
acting. I thought you were acting. And I thought that was very good of you.
I was reading. And now I got to start over.
You don't have to start over. Just start where you left off.
Well, how are people going to remember what I'm saying?
They're going to fucking remember. You don't remember.
Consider imprisonment a form of punishment in itself. However, the notion of imprisonment there's a fly as a distinct form of punishment only became established during the 18th century. Before that time, jails, which is how I'm going to pronounce it, jails. How would you pronounce this, Mochi?
I don't know.
If it wasn't jails. Gauls? Generally operated as holding centers for those awaiting trial, physical punishment, or transportation. Others imprisoned included debtors who were held there until family or friends could pay off the money they owed. See? So not exactly deserved of torture, those type of people. Before the age of reform, inflicting pain or even death were the preferred forms of punishment, often carried out in public to act as a deterrent. All right, well, I guess if you die, you could call that torture. However, during times of widespread poverty and rising crime rates, public opinion on barbaric punishments imposed for relatively minor offenses often had crowds siding with the condemned. I find that to be very interesting. By the close of the 18th century, public spectacles of corporal punishment were gradually being replaced with penal servitude. And so, punishments moved from being a public spectacle to a more private affair. Behind the closed jail doors, physical punishments consisted mainly of laborious tasks developed to keep prisoners active. The severity of an inmate's daily punishments was ordered by the magistrate or sometimes by the governor as a disciplinary measure. These could include flogging, hard labor, solitary confinement, or general jail chores for the less offending prisoners. So, I mean, even just the wording tells you that this isn't really, like, viewed as torture at the time, but the things that they're making them do are pretty torturous.
Yeah. Okay, like, I have a question on flogging.
Yeah.
Like, what is flogging really? Is that just, like, spanking?
No, flogging's like hitting you with something.
Like,
you're just getting fucking whapped. You know what I mean? You want me to Google the word flogging?
So then the band
Here we go.
called Flogging Molly.
Flogging is a punishment in which the victim is hit repeatedly with a whip or a stick. See? So it just means you're getting whipped. Public flogging. Yeah. Flogging Molly is beating the shit out of Molly with a whip. That's what that
sad.
means. Well, there's got to be a reason. I mean, it's an Irish band, and it probably someone named Molly was in a fucking jail and got whipped.
Depressing.
You know what I mean?
Depressing.
So we'll look at these a little bit. Solitary confinement. I mean, I'm not going to even read the paragraph. That is torture. That's straight up torture. They do that shit in America right now.
But what if people like to be alone?
They don't. You don't. Solitary confinement is different. Mochi.
What is solitary confinement?
It's like they lock you in a room.
Okay.
There's no lights in there.
No lights.
It's just a fucking bare ass room with like nothing in it.
Okay.
You just lay on the floor. You know what I mean? That's all you do. Just a cold stone room.
Okay.
I don't even know if there's a window. Like
no
to the
window.
outside.
No window. I know.
Typically not.
No window.
Even the guards don't really talk to them. They just kind of give them food through a slot. And that's it. They just put your ass in there for like months, years. That is torture. That is definitely a form of torture for sure.
Definitely.
Whipping or flogging, which apparently are the same thing, kind of, is definitely torture. Hitting people with a whip, right? That's torturous.
Very.
But then there's the other ones which are just more laborious, like they just smash stones, or they just pick up a cannonball and like pick it up, move it. I read this paragraph already. They'd like basically pick up a really heavy cannonball, walk like a meter, drop it on the ground, and then they're ordered to pick up that same cannonball, walk it back to where it came from, and just keep doing that for hours.
It's like a workout.
Straight up, yeah. See, that's the thing about this. It's like, okay,
I mean,
torture, right? But you're just being forced to work out. It's these two that are more torturous, like getting whipped. I mean, and look at the picture. If you look at the actual picture here, I'm zooming in, you'll see that the whip that's not just a whip. Okay, that's literally what's called a cat o' nine tails. Mochi Squeeze. You know what a cat o' nine tails is?
I do.
Yeah, it's got little like hooks on the end of all of the...
But a cat of 9 tails doesn't have hooks on the end of their tail.
Then you don't know what a cat o' nine tails is. A cat o' nine tails is a type of whip that has instead of just one big whip like leather.
Oh,
right?
I thought you were talking about the mythical creature.
Oh no, yeah, no. This is literally like cat o' nine tails is the name of this thing you're looking at. It's a picture of it, right?
Okay, wait. Are you saying cat?
Nine tails.
Okay, cat. 9 tails. Okay,
yes,
okay.
it's like one long word.
Okay.
Right?
Okay.
That refers to this particular whip, right? So instead of just a regular whip that is fully solid and goes whoosh, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's like they took a bunch of like braided like either rope or even braided leather and then essentially fused a fucking like tiny little talon sized blade like a talon like a eagle would have, right? On every single thread.
Okay.
So when I whip you with it, the fucking blades all dig into your back or whatever, and then I rip it out, and motherfucking drags these little blades off of your skin, right? So you're ripping skin out.
Yeah.
So if I whip you and then rip it back,
Ugh.
I'm just ripping skin out, and you're bleeding all over the place. So that is pretty torturous.
Disgusting. Okay.
You do not want to be whipped by a cat o' nine tails, and you do not want to be in solitary confinement.
Okay.
So there you go. So definitely some torture happened in those jails, and just for aesthetics and because we loved it, here's a picture of the actual jail itself.
Yeah, because it's a really old jail.
Trying to zoom in a little.
I mean, look at it. I feel like this happened this could have been a medieval torture place.
I mean, it was definitely during the time period, because like the whole thing about Ireland is that it like essentially got taken over by England, and then they just like enforced their will upon them. You know what I mean? And they weren't allowed to do any cultural things that they liked that the English people didn't. And you know what I mean? Like, it's essentially most of Irish culture is saying like "fuck you, England," essentially at this point because of how like persecuted they were by them. Which I mean, like, what country doesn't feel that way at this point? Even America's like, well, why should I fucking care about the Queen of England?
I mean, people in America fucking care about the fucking Queen of England. So I don't know what
not all of them.
About.
Not the people I'm talking to. The people I'm talking to are saying we beat them in 1776. You know what I mean?
All right, let's get into like real medieval torture. We haven't even said the words in like however many minutes.
We'll just say like fire, 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 fire. We got 4. There you go. But look, I was just trying to that was what we learned from our Irish trip within the same vein. So I found it to be interesting, right?
All right. So
You're the one that sent me the pictures.
I did.
So, I don't know.
I just think we're not going to say these words often unless we make it happen.
Okay, well, that's true. So let's make it happen. I mean, are you going to sit here and criticize the words I wrote on the thing that you saw me do like live on camera? I just did my best. All right. Some of them we definitely will say. Trust me.
I mean, you don't have to get defensive. I wasn't trying to say it about you. I was just saying that the words in general were just the way that they are.
All I'm saying is fire.
Jeez. Everybody thinks you're talking about them.
I owe 5 drinks, I think. So let's get those out of the way. You go ahead and drink too. And let us know. Did you find that Irish jail stuff interesting? I hope so.
I mean, I did. But the whole time when everyone was talking about the cat of nine tails, I really just pictured the mythical creature. So it got really weird for me.
Yeah, it did. It got real weird for you.
Yeah. Because all I could picture was the mythical creature, the one that, and also the, what's it called, Jamie Chung version.
Wait, what's the Jamie? What do you mean? What about Jamie Chung?
Jamie Chung in the show, she is the cat that like, she sucks people's souls.
What?
It's like a.
Oh, right. Yeah. She was like a tentacle beast.
No, because she's a fox.
She had a bunch of tentacles coming out of her.
No, it wasn't tentacles. It was her tails.
They look like tentacles.
Then you didn't watch it right.
Okay. All right. So I found this. What a dumb name for a website, but I found this. I found this website here, guys. This article. We're gonna check it out. Now you heard we had kind of an intense week, so I'd have a ton of time to put this stuff together. But I do know some things. But we will be learning some things on the fly. So I hope you're ready to learn. Mochi Squeeze.
Mm-hmm.
Let's start with the pair of anguish. Now, just first things first, this is medieval torture. There's like the Dark Ages and stuff, right? I think the Dark Ages were after the medieval ages, I believe. They had their own as well, and there's other forms of torture that happened.
Do you stick that
later.
in your penis?
There's other forms of torture that came after medieval time and before medieval time that we may mention as well. So I just want to throw that out there. And I don't know if it's about your penis. So let's figure this out together.
My guess is either it clasps on your penis or it goes in your butthole.
Oh no. Yeah, you're right. Number 2 is right.
That might be a butthole.
Correct.
Thing.
So what is the pair of anguish? Particularly hideous, this simple mechanical torture device would be placed inside the orifice of a person and then gradually expanded. The kindest use was in a person's mouth would ultimately shatter the skull, causing death.
Oh, they put it in your mouth.
Yeah. Wow.
That's
so they
disgusting.
slowly twist it and it would get bigger and bigger until your head would just basically kind of explode a little.
That's real. People did that.
But all of this is real, Mochi Squeeze. So earlier when I was saying, oh yeah, you're getting whipped by a whip, like that's nothing, dude. It's gonna get really bad. This is really fucking bad.
Wait, people did this. Like, when did this take place? Like, what year?
All right, so I pulled up the Wikipedia. From the early modern period. So, what does that fucking mean? The late Middle Ages of the post-classical era. So from 1400 to 1500.
God.
So even after
This
medieval
is the fucking
times.
Worst.
Yeah, it says there's no contemporary first-hand account of these devices or their use. However, through the design of the devices, such as metal consistency and style, select few are thought to have been made in the early modern period, circa 1600.
I mean, I don't even know why they
that's
make it pretty. Like, it looks like, look at that one. That one looks like it's a pretty, like, thing.
Oh, it's not pretty.
Has gold. Like, it looks like it probably, like, holds a candle or something.
Yeah, fire.
That's disgusting. I can't believe they do that.
Oh, this is just the first one. So you can see it's a very simple device, right? Like, the more you twist that, like, nut on the top, the more it begins to open.
Yeah.
Right? And metal is going to be stronger than your face and bones and jaw and stuff, right?
Oh, God.
So, your mouth is going to explode. And
I'm officially
not good.
disgusted by that.
We're just getting started. Here's another one.
Officially disgusted.
Ooh, this one looks like it would also give you
yeah, it
like
does.
gangrene or something.
It does.
Looks
Disgusting.
like what Arnold put up his nose in Total Recall. Yeah, I agree with that. A little bit.
Yeah, it is.
That was more like a hook. You know what I mean? What's up, Kate Damn It Run? Okay, so that's the pair of anguish. Good time. Now, I think we're gonna have to flag this one as an 18+.
I mean, I guess you could
You know what I
put
mean,
it
on
in
YouTube?
your butthole, but it would do the same thing. It would rip you
Think
up.
about what would happen. It would just slowly widen until your asshole would become a mess,
Why
right?
did I do that to
It would just
myself?
open
It's
up.
the worst.
So, speaking of assholes, we're about to get to one of the most brutal fucking things ever that haunts my nightmares sometimes.
Okay. What
The
is
Judas
it?
Cradle.
What
the-
the fuck is the Judas Cradle?
Yeah, so this is a Judas Cradle. Now, Mochi Squeeze, what do you think happened here? What do you think they would do with this? It's just a triangle on some legs.
You sit on the triangle.
Yep.
And so it.
What do you think will
hurts
happen?
Your butthole.
Yeah, but you die from it, right?
Yeah,
and it's
you're
because
not-
they tie you up, right? And they slowly drop you on the triangle more and more until eventually,
Please, Lord Jesus, just
until eventually your body weight will split you up. Split you all up. Split you all up. So here's a picture of this dude. You see this dude right here on the Judas Cradle? Not good. Some Judas Cradles would be hold on a second. 1 second here. Some Judas
Please
Cradles.
don't show any realistic one. Don't do a realistic photo
What do you mean a realistic photo?
or picture.
No, I'm just looking up other. There's different Judas Cradles.
Okay.
That's what I'm trying to look up.
Okay.
Because there's there's the pyramid style one, but there's also the wedge one, right?
What's
There's
the wedge one?
Judas Cradle wedge. Whereas basically the thing that the what are the people that jump around and shit at the Olympics? What do you call that?
The high jumpers?
No, damn it. They flip around, they run, and they flip around.
Gymnast?
Yes, gymnasts. You know how gymnasts do that horse thing where they spin around it or something?
The
And
pommelors?
yeah.
I might be saying it wrong.
You know what I'm talking
Something
about
like
though,
that.
right? It's almost like a long beam. Right?
Yeah.
So
it's a
just
fat, short one.
So turn that
with
into
handles.
turn that one into a wedge. Right? There was some like that too. Where it was instead of just a pyramid, it was a long wedge. And so you'd sit on it, and I'm assuming they just drag your motherfucking ass across it a few times.
Oh.
And slowly, it would very slowly kill you.
Okay, when I suggested
Here we
medieval
go.
torture, I didn't think it was going to be this bad.
Are you serious? Oh, here we go. It's called a wooden horse. So you can see it right here. Rough times. And then if it was taking too long to kill you sometimes, if the cradle was durable enough and not wooden, they would just straight up light a fire underneath it too. And that's a bell.
Yeah.
And that's why that's on the wheel. Is what you'll find is that with all these medieval torture devices and stuff, you'll find that a lot of them are well, you know what? If it's not killing you and they want you dead faster, they'll just light a fire underneath it, and it just keeps happening. We'll see this shit over and over again today.
Yeah, and I think that Keith Damon Run made a comment, and I think they do that because maybe it's because your butt is really sensitive.
He says the funniest part about torture is the inventors of new tortures trying to pitch ideas about how to hurt your butt. It's true, and you know what's also funny is that a lot of torture inventors were killed by the thing they invented as well.
Really?
That happened more than once, for sure. Absolutely. Which I find
when
fucking
I
be fascinating.
I don't know when I
Here's another
suggested
one of these, by the way.
torture that it was not gonna. Oh Lord.
See, that's so I was calling this the Judas Cradle. That's incorrect. The Judas Cradle is just the triangle. This is actually called the wooden horse. And
so he just sits
it's
there
pretty
the
much
whole
the same
time,
thing.
tied up. He's
Yep.
his hands are tied behind his back.
Yep.
And he just has to sit there until
Yeah.
someone says that you okay, we'll take you off this thing now.
It's also called the Spanish donkey. Either they'll take him off or wait till it does so much damage that he just bleeds out or something.
That could definitely crush your balls.
Yeah, it could
Maybe even-
split your sack in half.
Yeah, it could split your sack in
It could
half.
split your asshole in half. You know what I mean? The victim was often carried through town in this predicament, often in conjunction with the punishment of tarring and feathering. Tarring and feathering, that's another great one. So tarring and feathering, we've all heard this, and you've seen it in Looney Tunes and stuff, right? Where they get hit with some muck, and then the feathers hit him in the face. It actually happens in fucking Home Alone. Remember?
Oh yeah,
That does happen in Home Alone.
it
Well,
does.
and it's always like,
Okay,
oh,
it's
it's so funny, right? It's like, oh, it's physical humor. But no, in actual real life, tarring and feathering is fucking horrific. It's
Yeah.
horrible. It's awful, dude. The victim will be stripped naked or stripped to the waist. Wood tar, sometimes really hot, very fucking hot, that would just melt your skin, right? Was then either poured or painted onto the person while they were immobilized. Then the victim either had feathers thrown on them or was rolled around in a pile of feathers so that they would stick to the tar. And then just remember, feathers, they have pointy ends too, right? So if you get rolled around in feathers, those motherfuckers are sticking
Okay,
you.
but come on, a feather.
No, but
Don't
here's the
talk to me
thing.
about
Like, if
feather.
I pour a bunch of hot tar on you and put a bunch of feathers on you, people start pulling the feathers off. Your skin's coming off
Well,
too.
yes, yeah.
Right? So it's
Yeah.
awful. So you're not only on this fucking stupid ass Spanish donkey with getting your balls and your asshole ripped up, you're also like, your skin's like melting off with all these feathers on it.
Yeah.
So that's a good time.
I think that like
Whew. Damn.
I think that
Yikers.
in Home Alone they didn't use hot tar. Maybe just cold tar and just got stuck on.
Yeah. I mean, it was funny.
It,
Don't get
it
me
was
wrong.
funny.
But I'm just saying, like, in reality, like, it just blew my mind when I learned about this a while back that, like,
And this wasn't
yeah.
even in the medieval times. This was during the American Civil War.
yeah, well, we were getting slightly off topic, and yet again, it's just this little fly just fucking with me. So getting back to this, do you remember the Judas Cradles? Rough time, dude.
I mean, how did they even think about that? Is what comes to mind. Like, someone
you just
fucking
vindictive.
some crazy ass motherfucker was like, oh, I have this triangle thing, and we
Uh-huh.
could tie them up and see how much their bodies will rip. Like, what the fuck is happening?
I mean, basically, it's like, think of it this way, Mochi, right?
Like, I feel like
people-
people who invent torture stuff are like fucked in the head. Like, what
Yeah.
is fucking happening that you're inventing this? You should feel guilty that people are gonna use these tactics on other human beings.
Yeah, they didn't care about that, Mochi, because back in the day, like, you know,
Were they getting paid a lot of money?
no, they would kill them with the device they invented.
God.
Because they're basically like, oh, well, you made this thing and you're fucked up. You know, only
So
a,
they
only
could
a
be.
fucked up
I
person
would
could make
argue
it.
that maybe
so
they would be serial killers.
in today's day and age, yeah, you'd have a psychopath essentially making these things up. But like, I mean, that's the thing, right? Like, it's really fucked up, but because people needed a way to torture people back in the day, and they thought that it was right because of whatever weird religious reason, or you know
And
what I mean?
honestly, that guy in that picture looks too calm to be on this Judas cradle.
It's just it's just a drawing,
He's
Mochi.
like
He's probably
like
screaming.
sleeping.
He's not sleeping. There's no way you could sleep through a Judas cradle.
Just look at his face.
Dude, it's a drawing. Some guy just drew it. They
Yeah,
don't
I know.
draw.
So then that's why the person who drew this drew it incorrectly, because if someone was on a Judas cradle, they wouldn't be sleeping. Their face would be in anguish. They
Uh-huh.
should have drew eyes popping out and maybe a mouth open.
No, it's just to illustrate it. And back then, they didn't draw things like that very often, right? It's just very simplistic.
It's because they're probably trying to.
You can't get caught up
Soothe-
on the artwork, okay? We're talking about a triangle in someone's fucking asshole or in a woman's vagina.
They're probably
right?
trying to soothe the public by saying, "Oh, look, it's not that
No,
bad."
no,
They
the
will
fucking
just like they will just probably like be soothed to death.
Mm-mm. No, the public was bloodthirsty too. Back in the day, it was like going to the fucking a football game that you would just go watch some dude get executed, hanged, drawn and quartered. Oh my god! Wait till we get to that. You know what I
Okay,
mean?
ready.
Wait till
Let's
you see
move
that
on. I don't want to see
shit. Okay,
that guy.
we're gonna move on, but first we're gonna take a quick break.
Why?
We're gonna start doing what I call quick breaks, because I have to pee. And
Already?
I have to
okay,
pee
fine.
already.
Go ahead.
But we're gonna just take a super quick break, and we'll be back with one of my favorites, the Iron Maiden.
Oh, that's a real thing. I thought that was just like a band.
You're learning a lot today. All right,
I
this is
thought it
our
was just a
break
band.
time. I'll see you back in a second. Okay, now we're in a break. Everyone who's here, this is cut out of the recording. What is up, Kate? Damn it, run. Mochi Squeeze will be here to chat with you for a sec while I take a pee. When I come back and we time back in, we'll be back and good to go. So this is one of the advantages of watching live. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Hey, what's up? Extremely Crucial. I just had to pee. We're on a quick break, and then we'll be back. We'll keep learning about fucked up torture devices. So be right back.
While Jacob is peeing, which takes him like 20,000 years, I'm gonna test out a new drink. Okay. A new drink. That because we got a whole crate of this from like Jacob's mom, which is perfect because I did want to try this out, but I didn't want to buy a whole I didn't want to buy a whole thing of this. It's apparently, I forget whose drink this is, but I'm gonna try it and see. It's supposed to be strawberry, and we'll see how it goes. I might regret this, but whatever. Is that the cacti? Yeah. I forget who made this. It's some rapper. But I'm an old lady now, so I don't know the new rappers, and I don't know who the fuck made this drink, but well, it wasn't Ja Rule. No, it's not Ja Rule. Jacob said Ja Rule. He's yelling from the bathroom. No, I said it's not Ja Rule. And it's not. That's what I said. It's because then I would know that. That's what I said. It's a new. Okay, let's just test it out, everybody. I know this is fucking boring, especially for, Hold on. Kate Damon Run said, "Cue up Hollow Be Thy Name" while Jacob is in the bathroom. I mean, I would if I knew how to work his laptop. That's a good ass song. I don't know why you have to be so mean. I don't like this one. This is disgusting, everybody. Lord, what is in this? That's because I don't like this. This says it has agave in it, and I don't like agave. I don't like it. No, extremely crucial. I'm not gonna drink this. This is disgusting.
I can't believe you even opened it then.
I was gonna try it.
Let me have a sip.
You could have it. It's disgusting.
I'm not gonna drink this. I'm just gonna take a sip.
It's gross.
Drink it all and hate every sip.
No. There's gonna be a whole bunch of these like half drunk like things here.
Okay, here's my analysis. It's not so bad. For me, it kind of tastes almost like a sour or something, kind of. What is this called?
No, take it away.
Strawberry. Yeah, I can taste the strawberry. Because I don't know, strawberries kind of taste sour to me.
Yeah, Kate Damon Run. This is true. This would keep with the
This
theme
is the
about
torture
torturing
episode.
me. Fine.
Okay, ready?
I'm
We're gonna tap.
convinced.
We're about to tap back in. Here we go.
I'm gonna do it as long as I can, but then after that, I'm not gonna be tortured long.
Okay, and we're tapping back in. 3, 2, 1.
We're gonna talk about Iron Maiden.
Mochi,
What?
don't talk for like 1 second. We're gonna tap back in. 3, 2, 1. All right, and we're back. Quick break is over. Mochi Squeeze, take it away.
So we are going to talk about the Iron Maiden. Apparently, it's not just a band. It is some type of medieval torture.
Yeah. And I cannot believe you don't even know what it is.
Is this why the band
really
is
weird.
called Iron Maiden?
Yes.
Because of this thing?
Yes.
Man.
Yeah, that's where they got. So, let me ask you a question.
Things happening
Let
right
me ask
now.
you a quick question. Do you think people just make up every name and they're not based on anything ever?
Yeah.
Oh, well, let me break it to you. It's not true. A lot of times people's names come from something like I think you were the one who told me that Neon Trees got their band name from In-N-Out because neon, like the neon signs at In-N-Out, and the palm trees, which are crisscrossed.
I did tell you that, but then I didn't think that every single band is named after something.
No, but I'm just saying, like, a lot of them are. I mean, where do you think they got the idea of the word Iron Maiden? They just thought it sounded cool?
I mean, yeah.
Like, do you think Judas Priest came up with that name? Or, like, you know who Judas is, right?
Yeah, but then that's a made up name because it's Judas Priest.
But it's based in something.
Is Judas the name of the real Judas Priest is the whole name of Judas.
Kate Dameron says the Pokey in Matilda was an Iron Maiden. See? I don't even know what the fuck that means.
I haven't watched Matilda in a very long time. So that could mean anything.
Okay, well, we're going to talk a little bit about the Iron Maiden.
Judas Priest could be anything. I'm just saying.
I'm just giving you shit.
I'm just shocked about that. This thing.
Okay, so oh my god.
Okay, so you're locked in, and then they close it, and
you see the spikes.
Spikes just go through your body.
Yep.
Is that what this is?
Correct. But okay, so the way that it's set up, right, is that you got to stand up straight. They force you to do that, right? And
that looks like a Buddha.
This one kind of does, not the best, but it has the spikes, so it's kind of the most important part. Is I just want to show the spikes off.
I mean, I guess they could have tortured people in China.
I mean, they probably
in Asia. I mean, I should say because I don't really know.
Specifically in China, I bet they're torturing a lot of people right now as we speak, guaranteed.
They probably still have these things.
I don't think they use these Christians use this. Fucking are Chinese people Christian? They're not. So let's move on.
Yeah, but they could have just taken this idea and then just been like.
I bet they have worse ideas. Let's move on.
Okay.
You would get in there, stand up straight. You could see that there's no spikes where the legs are, right? So you could just stand up straight. The spikes aren't supposed to fuck with your legs so much so that you can stand up the whole time. But as soon as you were in, they would close the door. But the spikes were placed in specifically in locations that would not be fatal. Right?
Oh.
Right? So it would it get you in the shoulders, the arms, the sides and stuff. You know what I mean? Like the upper leg area.
Oh.
And that way you would be immediately impaled. But what I find interesting is that the maiden portion of the Iron Maiden, like up here, is actually supposed to be the Virgin Mary. And it's a
that doesn't look like the Virgin Mary.
It doesn't matter what you're saying right now. It's the Virgin Mary. That's literally what they're putting up here, because it's supposed to like purify the person, right? That's why you're doing this to them, to torture the devils out of them, essentially.
But if you're okay, are you supposed to live after this?
No, of course not.
So then, like,
you die. You
purifying someone.
Yeah, no, you purify them by torturing them
to death.
Literally, you get tortured slowly until you die, and that purifies you. And like you can see, this one doesn't have like eye holes. Some of them have eye holes, but regardless, it's really dark in there. So like, not only is it claustrophobic, it's also.
But okay, so do they impale? Like, are there spikes where your face is?
No, they're just down here.
So just on your
mostly
body.
just in your body.
From the shoulders to like your knees or something. Is what's happening.
Yeah, maybe above the knees. You know what I mean? I don't think it make it all the way down.
Gross. I still think that the Judas cradle is the worst.
It says, despite its reputation as a medieval instrument of torture, there's no evidence of the existence of Iron Maidens before the early 19th century, so the 1800s. Damn. There are, however, ancient reports of the Spartan tyrant Nabis using a similar device around 200 BC for extortion and murder. Let's see. Oh, no. I thought it would show the thing. So, nope.
Gross.
But here's another Iron Maiden. And then just another Elden Ring connection there. There is like an enemy in that game that's like...
That looks like that?
An Iron Maiden robot, essentially, right? And so it's like on like wheels, and it could like move really fast. And it's got little grabber arms. And so it like open up its Iron Maiden chest. The arms come out, grab you, pull you in, and smash you in there. Ew. And then you die. And it's like a really fucked up enemy. Ew. Also, it has like giant like scythe hands, and it like spin around with them and stuff. It's really cool.
Ew.
I hate that enemy, but
disgusting.
It's all about dodging at the right time. So anyway, the Iron Maiden is one of the most infamous torture devices of all time, but it was more of like an Inquisition thing, from what I'm led to believe, than it is for the medieval times. So let's move on to the next guy. Oh yeah, Spanish donkey.
God.
And remember,
No, I don't want to see the Spanish donkey. We already went over the Spanish donkey.
just remember this episode will be flagged as a 18 plus. So, you might see some pictures of butts. So, yep, Spanish donkey. So imagine being put on this thing. Fuck that.
Okay, we talked about it, so skip.
Fuck that. Okay,
'Cause
now
that's
finally we could say one of the words, rack. Let's go. Hit the bell.
Okay, I'm drinking this damn thing because I'm going with the theme. I guess I'm gonna be tortured this whole damn thing, but this is gross. I'm just gonna tell everybody. Sorry, whatever rapper made this.
Okay. So the next up is the rack. That's another bell. I apologize.
God.
So
We're really killing
you may have seen this thing. Well, you don't have to drink it. That's just what Kate Dammit Ren told you to do.
Yes, and extremely crucial. 2 people in chat.
All right, that's fair. Yeah, you're being egged on. So I know everybody's heard of this torture device. Like, that's the reason why I wrote it up on the wheel, because it's one of the ones I just always remember. Now, Mochi Squeeze, what do you think this was used for? This isn't the end-all, be-all design of it, but, like, because of its simplicity, if you will, it's essentially the correct structure. Just stop drinking it. Just drink what you want. You don't have to torture yourself.
I'm gonna have to look up who made this drink, because this is fucking terrible.
Mochi, can you just answer the question before
I think that they put you on that.
Uh-huh.
They tie your arms and your legs. They pull that pulley right there, and it stretches your body out until it rips you apart.
That's correct.
See?
Good job. Yeah. So, fuck that thing.
What is it called?
I would never want to
No,
be
don't say it. Don't say it again. Don't say it
What,
again.
the
Don't say it
rack?
again. Fuck you.
I got her. Oh, this was a great topic, by the way. I've learned a lot this week about this stuff. It's pretty fun.
God, Lord.
And by a lot, I mean I watched 2 YouTube videos on it. So I'll just read our old pal Wikipedia here. Let's see. A handle.
Okay.
A handle.
I figured out who it is, and I believe it. This fuck.
So tell us in just a sec. A handle and ratchet mechanism attached to the top roller are used to very gradually retract the chains, slowly increasing the strain on the prisoner's shoulders, hips, knees, and elbows, causing excruciating pain. By means of pulleys and levers, this roller could be rotated on its own axis, thus straining the ropes until the sufferer's joints were dislocated and eventually fully separated. Additionally, if muscle fibers are stretching excessively, they lose their ability to contract, rendering them ineffective.
Yeah. I mean, that's happened. I've seen someone someone at the gym.
Oh, no. No.
Hurt their hamstring. And that shit was just terrible.
I don't like it.
And I don't know if me bitch is here, but she told me a story about how someone ripped their bicep. And it was disgusting. Okay, no.
You're describing Pilates.
No, that is not Pilates. Okay?
Nah.
But I was going to say, regarding that it probably would be a good stretch for, like, to a certain point.
It's never a good stretch.
Like, to a certain point, but you gotta stop, like, at a certain point.
You
can't keep on going. But that's why people don't. That's why I just want you to know.
Oh my God!
Hey, Run. I know that he's just being funny, but I want you to know a lot of people are turned off by Pilates, like with the equipment, like the reformer and stuff, because it looks like torture devices. But trust me, it's not. It will actually help you.
All right, we're gonna flip over to another website. This is explorethearchive.com. So. They are mentioning what's called keel hauling. Now, I've heard about this before. It says origin, ancient Greece. This punishment was reserved for sailors. The offending seamen would be tied to a rope, looped underneath the vessel, and then thrown overboard into the sea, where he would be dragged underneath one side of the ship to the other.
Knew it. I knew you were going to say that.
Whew.
I fucking knew you were going to say that.
Death could occur from drowning or as a result of repeatedly hitting the bottom of the boat which was often covered in razor sharp barnacles.
Yeah, hello.
Fuck.
Did you not watch
Damn.
Pirates of the Caribbean? Oh, didn't you see what they look like? They had barnacles on their faces.
No,
It's
that's
probably
true.
because they like got scraped on the side of the boat,
Yep.
died.
It's true.
It's
So
terrible.
let's-
Pirates
let's
are the
see.
worst. Man.
This comes to us from the infographics show on YouTube here, and here's just a little bit.
Oh my
of
god, are they
an
gonna do
animation.
it?
Yeah, so we'll see it here. I just want to
Okay,
skip ahead to the
okay.
part where they show the keel hauling.
I'm pretty excited. What's even
let's see.
happening? That guy's dead. There's X's over his face.
Let's see here. So, okay, there we go. There we go. Okay, so I just wanted to get kind of a diagram. So this is what would happen. They would, you see, kind of throw him overboard, right? And then just
On the opposite
Yep.
end? I didn't know that. I thought they
Yeah.
were just being dragged on the side of the boat.
no.
but he's getting-
They throw him on one side and then pull him from the other side. So then motherfucker would just essentially be dragged all across the boat as it's sailing. right?
Oh god.
So easily.
They didn't show. Well, they're trying to make it nice because that guy was not all scratched up. He just looked
Yeah.
like he was sweating or something.
I mean, that was a really quick Google.
What did they make that for?
YouTube.
For children? Because that looked like a
Yeah.
children's thing. They
Well,
should've-
I mean, it's art, so it's kind of up to the
oh god.
artist and however it works. But yeah, it's rough times. You don't want to be keel hauled. You just
No.
think, oh, I'm just gonna go into the ocean. They're gonna pull me a little. No, motherfucker, you're gonna be rolled around the side of a wooden boat.
I thought that the worst thing pirates
Yeah.
do is like just make you walk the plank.
No, did you know that walking the plank wasn't even really a thing?
Oh, that's
Pirates
fake.
didn't even do that shit, really. That's just like something that authors
made up by
pretty much made up.
Hollywood and
More like writers, authors, like back in the day.
oh.
You know what I mean?
They
like
should
actual.
really talk about this keel hauling thing because this is much, much scarier.
According to YouTube, apparently it does occur on the Viking show or one of those type of shit, Black Sails or something.
Oh.
They do show it happen.
Okay, no
And it
walking
seems
the
pretty
plank.
rough.
Yeah, I feel like if you're gonna do keel
Yeah, come
hauling,
on.
then no do walking the plank.
I mean, I'm sure maybe some people had to walk the plank or something, but like people pretend like that was just like a thing that happened. And the
Okay.
way that we view pirates these days is not even how pirates really were.
Yeah,
at all.
people glamorize pirates, but I feel like they
Well, everything
glamorize
is
a
like
lot.
that. Everything
Yeah.
is like that. You know what I mean? Even like you think of cowboys, and you think of like westerns and stuff. It wasn't even
Are
like
you
that.
trying to tell me that cowboys aren't really hot in real life?
I mean,
Back in the
I
day?
don't think so.
Were they disgusting
sure.
like what pirates like what they say pirates really look like?
I mean, what I'm trying to say is that like everything is glamorized, and
Okay.
your everybody's vision these days, especially in America, our vision of like things that happened in the past and people and all our sensational adventure stuff. In reality, it was just like pretend like okay, just put yourself in real life.
Well, I picture a
That's
cowboy.
in real life. Real life was more like it is now.
I picture a cowboy
know?
to probably look like Clint Eastwood, but like really smelly.
Smell Eastwood.
Yeah, I mean that would be
Stank
accurate.
Eastwood. No, you're right. You're right.
See,
But I don't think I'm trying to kill this fly now. What I'm trying to say is that like, walk the plank. That's just like something you'd write into a movie. Motherfuckers would just stab you, kill you, just throw you overboard. Or they might keel haul you.
keel hauling is like way scarier than walking the plank. So
Yeah, I know.
now forever, every time
So-
I see a pirate movie and then they're like walking the plank, I'll be like, ugh.
You're like, that fucker got dragged, man.
I was like, that guy got lucky. He's only walking the plank.
Okay, according to this website, we got live burial
Okay,
as
that's
a number 2.
scary though. Okay, look,
Damn, that's fucked up.
that's terrifying. Okay,
Do we even have to talk about that one? Like, or read it? Fuck that.
That's really scary.
No thanks.
Okay, because like sometimes you're not even in a box. They just put you in the ground, and then you're just like they cover you with the dirt, and now you're just breathing in all this. It's like a really slow death. It's fucking terrible.
I don't like it.
Yeah, that.
All of this this topic is brutal. I don't think you understood how brutal this was when you suggested it.
Like,
Honestly,
I mean, anything with torture is like
Torture
fucking
is
terrible.
Torture is horrific.
I can't even
It's
watch someone
really
getting
bad.
their like. I can't even watch someone getting their like fucking nails ripped out.
Well, I just found it very
Ugh.
interesting that you were like, I'll never watch Hostel. But then you're like, let's do medieval torture as a topic.
Because I thought we were just
I'm
going
like,
to talk about
huh.
the medieval part, where like maybe
This
they're
is
like
all medieval.
not the keel hauling.
Yeah, yes it is. It's all part of it.
It's a pirate thing.
Mochi Squeeze. There's been sailors forever. They didn't have to be pirates to be a sailor. It's a sailor punishment. It's a sailor torture.
But you said
It's all part of
pirates.
it. No, but I'm just trying to put it into terms that will be easy to understand. That's all. So the next one is the Brazen Bull. You ready for this one?
And
I don't think you I don't think you are. I don't think you are ready for this.
Okay, show it. Okay,
You're
show
like-
it.
Like I'm scared now.
Okay, show
I'm
it.
scared. Let's just, you know what? I'm just going to pull up this picture. I'm
Okay.
going to pull up a picture. And you tell me, what do you think about the Brazen Bull?
Oh no.
Look
Is it an oven?
at all that fire, 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 fire.
Is it
One
an
more.
oven? Is it like a thing? So
Mm-hmm.
why do they put it? Why is it a bowl? Why don't they
It's
just
metal.
put it like just like?
It's a metal bull,
Oh.
hollow inside, right? It does have a opening where the mouth of the bull is, right? Which, you know, I guess when a bull is like really mad and they breathe out, you'd see like their breath if it was kind of cold, right? So, yeah, they just put a motherfucking person in there and put a giant brazier underneath with coals and, you know, flammable things, and then just light it up and
Okay,
essentially
that's all I
just
could think of this
cook a human.
disgusting thing.
But the thing that's interesting about this, and the reason why why it's a bull, apparently, is because the way that people would shake around and scream in there, it almost made the bull seem alive to the viewers, to the people watching the execution,
so
right?
That's why it was.
And
a
so the bull would be
bull.
like, "Rrr, rrr, rrr," and the smoke's coming out its mouth.
Yeah.
So essentially, right? It was an interesting thing to watch.
Yeah, I guess I would watch.
It was
that.
entertaining.
I guess I would watch that. I mean, I don't know if like I would if I found out there was a person in there if I would watch it. But
No,
like,
they knew the person was in there. Like, you would show, like, okay, you're sitting there right now. You're getting so excited to watch Midnight Club on Netflix, right? You're like, oh, I can't wait to watch Midnight Club, and you're just really just waiting for it to drop. It might be out already. It doesn't matter, right? So you sit down on your couch. You turn your TV on. You know exactly what to expect. And back in the day when people were executed, it was the same way. They were like, oh, I know that we're going to get a public execution. Come on, grab the kids, right? And they all go to the
Kids
town
watch
square.
this?
Oh, yeah, everyone would. They'd all go to
Oh,
the town
my.
square, right? They'd see the prisoner who's screaming and protesting, and the fucking, the guards or whoever were just like, you'd see the guy get put into the bull, right? You see the brazier underneath it. You watch them light it. And then eventually you'd start to hear the screams, and then the bull would move around.
Wait, so how do they get him inside? Is it just like it's cut
There's
in
like a
half?
hatch. There's like a hatch.
A hatch, and then he just slides.
There's a big
in?
old hatch in it, essentially.
Or
let's,
do they-
let's
is
look
it
at the
cut
wiki.
in half, and then it's like that.
You can see it, right? Like there's a hatch in the side.
Oh.
See how? Oh yeah. You see the hand here. You can see my mouse.
Yeah. Okay.
They just lift up the hatch, right? Put him in there, and then
put
they
this guy in.
put it in there and lock it up with like a metal lock or whatever. However they would secure it, but they would secure it in
I'm
such a
really
way
distraught
that
about
you could not
this.
get out of that thing.
How come they didn't put this in any of the movies, like in like Saw?
Because it's so fucked up, Mochi. And yet,
I mean,
yes,
hello?
it's shit like this is in Saw.
Is it in Saw?
Of course, this is no, not Saw. It's in like Hostel and stuff.
That's in Hostel.
Probably.
But see,
No,
that's
I
why
mean
can't
I don't
watch
know.
Hostel.
Okay,
Yeah.
I don't know what movie has a brazen bull in it. But what I'm trying to tell you is that yes, horror movies are where you'll see the torture happen. Besides maybe the Passion of the Christ, I guess. You know what I mean?
They don't have a brazen bull in that. I watched.
No,
that.
but
It
they
is
they
just
do
like
have a cat of nine
crucifixion.
tails. There is a cat of
Yeah,
nine
it's
tails
just
in that.
crucifixion and the whipping.
No, but I'm just trying to think. What are the movies that have the most torture in them? Actual like depictions of what torture would be like It's horror films. And you don't like horror films. You also don't like gore. So why would you watch movies that depict these things?
That's why I'm asking you if they've had that.
No, that's why I'm telling you to watch more horror movies.
No,
and
I don't
you
want
can
to.
see this stuff.
I don't want to. I'm just
You can see exactly what happens when you put someone in a brazen bowl.
I don't want to. That's why I'm just asking you, because that would be a good torture thing for you to see, because you like that.
No, I mean, it's horror, dude. You watch it because it's fun.
I feel like that would have been right up
but-
like fucking Rob Zombie's alley
Yeah, exactly.
for his disgusting, gory ass movies.
You know what? People keep trying to tell me House of a Thousand Corpses isn't good, but it is.
Well, Rob Zombie
There's some fucked
is
up shit
like
in there.
fucking scary, and I'm not
Yeah, but he's not a bad guy.
into him.
You know what I mean? Like Marilyn Manson is a bad guy.
Yeah,
right?
and I wasn't into Marilyn Manson
Rob
either.
Zombie didn't do anything wrong to anyone.
I mean,
He's
he had
just a
that
horror
one
fan.
song, and then that was it for me.
Look, Marilyn Manson is, he's made some good songs. But I'm just saying, like, between the two, Rob Zombie is actually a very kind, nice dude, from what I understand.
Yes, I do know that.
He's just
but
likes
I'm
horror
just
movies.
saying,
I mean, what's wrong
I
with that?
will not watch it,
You
because he
should.
probably would make up a torture device, a new one.
I don't know. Honestly, I don't know how many more torture devices you could make up, because I feel like the ones are going over today are like really,
I would have
the
to
end all
know-
be all.
I'd have to know what torture devices are already out, and then I would be able to think about what torture device I would make.
Yo, Marvin, this is your cousin Marvin Ashley.
Is there one that clamps balls?
I know you were looking for a new torture device. Well, listen to this.
Yeah, I mean, I could.
That was a Back to the Future reference. Let's get to the next one, and this one is specifically for you and your kind. So go ahead.
Like my kind, what, Asians or women?
women.
Okay,
Please.
you gotta like, I mean, you gotta like.
I specifically said that so that you would feel uncomfortable.
Yeah,
Can
you
you
gotta,
please
like,
hand me
specify it.
another beer, please?
God.
Just please. No, yeah. This was specifically a female torture device, which it's fucked up. It's really fucked up. There's other
I'm gonna
ones
guess.
too.
Does it like squeeze your vagina lips together?
Really
Really hard?
No. That's interesting. That's an interesting thought.
I feel
No.
like a mammogram is a torture device.
Yeah, and that's kind of where we're at right now. It's
Even
called the
though-
breast ripper.
Oh Lord, see.
The breast ripper. Have you ever heard
Even
of
though
the breast
everyone
ripper?
should get their mammogram, but it is a torture device. They
Well-
fucking squeeze your boobies in like
Fire.
like, fucking flat as fuck into these two plates of stuff, and then they twist it, and you have to stand in some weird position. It's like fucking terrible.
Come on, baby, now.
Just saying.
Twist and shout. You didn't hit the bell. Can you just hit the bell?
I feel
That's
like
what
it
we
would
drink
even
for.
be worse if you had small boobies. Because
Yeah.
sometimes if you have small boobies, you have to try to squeeze
nothing.
for like enough flesh.
Yeah, they're not even squeezing your titties. They're just squeezing.
And I bet you they
skin.
use this woman torture device a lot, because they used to like to torture women back in the day.
It's because men hate women.
Yeah. Like, what is this? So that thing is like a
Let me just
a
scroll down a
grabber
little.
for your titty, and then it clamps on it like that, and just like fucking rips your boob out.
Breast ripper. One
Yeah,
of the most
see?
horrific medieval torture
God,
devices for
fucking-
females. Terrorized the masses in that era. Very few torturers followed different torturing techniques for women.
They
Excuse me.
should
However, whosoever used them had the goal to destroy some aspect of femininity. I'm sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, they should like show this in if they're going to really try to be vulgar with it and
Mm-hmm.
really try to go there, they probably should put this in like House of Dragons.
Yeah.
Because I feel like House of
Stuff
Dragons
like this,
is,
yeah.
is okay for people
House
who
of
aren't
Dragons is
watching
really good.
House of Dragons. It is really good,
It's
but
one
I
of the
feel
best
like it's
shows.
very tame compared to Game of Thrones. Okay,
Yeah. Well, it's because like there's less. Yeah. Well, okay. When
It's
Game of
tame.
Thrones first started out, they were
Game of
like,
Thrones
"We're
was
gritty.
like-
It's all fucking. It's
Yeah.
all dying. It's
Game
murder.
of Thrones
everything."
was like murder here, chopped head here, fucking here,
Yeah.
cock here, boobies here, pussy here.
Yep.
No, that is not how. That is not how House of Dragons is.
I think I found a TikTok clip for a show right there.
Okay.
Right? I'm gonna clipping this out.
Just saying.
I'm gonna clip this out.
Just saying. It's true.
So okay, reading
Not that
more.
it's any less interesting. It's just I've
It's
noticed.
less hardcore. Yeah.
Yes, I've noticed the difference.
But I do give him credit for being a good show. Still.
Yes.
Women were tied on the street naked, and torturers used the breast ripper, a metal claw, to rip off the breast flesh. It was so terrifying that women avoided performing any punishable activity.
Yeah, and how much you want to bet
Which is
that
fucked
all
up.
these creepy guys
fucked up.
probably fucking masturbated to that?
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm
Well-
looking
well,
at you.
Mochi Squeeze, you know what would happen if you would masturbate while someone's being breast ripped? They'd probably throw your ass in a brazen bull. You know what I mean?
Not if you were
No
rich.
one was. I mean, I don't know about that, Mochi.
If you were the king.
Dude, I feel like you severely underestimate who was
If
being
you were
tortured
the
back in the
king,
day.
everyone would be like, what? We didn't see him masturbate.
Well, we're not talking about the
It's
king. We're just talking about some
it's
like
because
dude named
this
Charles
witch
on the
that's
side.
being punished is casting a spell
Okay, let
on
me
him.
read some more. The breast
See?
ripper was often heated during torture. It contained
Lord.
4 claws, which were used to slowly rip the breasts from women for various crimes. The instrument would be imposed onto a single breast of the woman. They were designed to shred and tear off the breasts of the victim.
That's terrible.
So literally to rip your titties off.
That's terrible.
Yikes.
That's
Damn,
terrible.
that's fucked up. All right, let's get on to a more kind of
Oh Lord, what is
relaxed
this? What is
one.
this? Oh, it's thumb screws.
thumb screws. So you probably have
Okay.
heard the term thumb
Okay.
screws before, where people are like, you want to be in the thumb screws? And they're like, no, I'm sorry. I'll go make my bed, puppy. I'll make my
Fuck.
bed. Please don't put me in the thumb screws, puppy. That's basically what they would say back in the day. Thumb screws are known to be the most insidious form of medieval torture methods, besides, of course, the titty ripper. It consisted of 3 metal bars facing upside, and between which the victim's thumbs were placed. Oh no! Oh
Okay,
no!
why is
The
this-
wooden bar was slid down with the metal bars pressing the thumbs of the victim against the bottom.
I mean, I guess you can't.
Yikes.
I guess your thumbs are very important. That's why.
Well, you know that like what sets us apart from most other
Yes,
animals
I know.
is
Is
thumbs.
that we have thumbs?
Correct.
Yeah.
This crushing of thumbs used to cause extreme pain. No shit. The thumb screws was the upgraded version of a device called the Pillywinks. Wow. Pillywinks was used for crushing all the fingers, causing more pain. The origin of the thumb screws was in the Russian army, used for punishing the soldiers who used to misbehave. Then a Scottish man brought this device home and introduced it in Europe.
I just learned from
Yikes.
from a show that I just recently watched that if you had to choose any finger to be cut off or broken, it should be your non-dominant pointer finger,
Oh, yeah. Uh-huh.
because you
Makes
could,
sense.
you know, you don't really.
What do you do with that thing?
Yeah, because supposedly everyone thinks the pinky, but you sometimes need that. But this one,
Oh, there's
Don't
so many.
need.
There's so many more to cover. We also have the wheel, which Mochi. This doesn't seem so bad, right? It's just a wheel.
no, because
what I
that's
mean?
the one where you're tied together. I know this one. You're tied
Do
on
you
that
know this
thing.
one?
Yeah, and then they put you over like some water or something, and then they like turn the
No.
wheel, and then you're
No.
like your head is in the water.
No,
Oh.
negative.
That's not it.
That's a
Okay.
water wheel. You're just being tied to a water wheel.
Oh,
This is called the breaking wheel. So, they would essentially, if you could see the people on the top here, see, they would tie you to the wheel in a way where like your arms and legs were like intertwined with the wheel.
Oh.
So the more that they turn the wheel, the more it would break all your fucking arms and legs, essentially. And this isn't even a good picture of, like, I saw a
It's
picture
okay, I don't want to
where
see
it was
I
like
don't
the
wanna
person
see
was
it.
sideways
Yeah,
and their
it's
legs
okay.
were like
I
doing
got
this
it.
thing. And I'm sure you get some compound
I mean,
fractures.
I'm sure Wednesday
from that.
Addams would like all of this.
Well, then
I'm
you
not
should
really
be
ch-
saying, yes, good.
I'm really
Good, yes,
channeling
good.
Wednesday Addams right now, but okay.
This is good. This is
All
very
right.
good. Hold on, I want to show you one more picture of the wheel so you can kind of understand what I'm talking about.
Ew. I don't want to
How do you
see
feel
it.
about this?
That does look like
What are
a
your feelings?
Catholic painting.
Because it is. Because it was. Because Catholics did this shit. Let's move on to the next one. We did the pear of anguish.
Next.
Okay, we all know about burning at the stake. That's nothing. You know what I mean? I'm going to go back to this one. The iron chair. That's another good one. So you would essentially be strapped into this thing. It's a chair that has a ton of spikes all over it. If you could see the wooden kind of bar thing, where the knees are there at the bottom, or where the chair starts to kind of go down, would be placed on your legs.
Okay.
I think. So the way it kind of works is like you could hold yourself up to not be fucked up by the spikes, but like how long could you hold yourself up? Like what I'm doing right now, like this. What? Like what? Look at me. Right? Where you like lift yourself up. You lift yourself up. I'm not touching the spikes. Maybe like a little bit of my butt is kind of touching the spikes. My full weight isn't on there, but I'm already running out of strength. It's like just a matter of time before fuck.
Yeah, but you know what?
Right?
Girls
get on
probably
there.
could do that for quite a while just because we hover on the toilet.
Okay, that may be true, but not indefinite.
Not
it would only
indefinite.
just prolong the
But
inevitable.
if you could like barter, I would be like, okay, 10 minutes.
There's no bartering, Mochi. You just
never
get
know.
sentenced to the chair, and you're just indefinitely, it's you in this chair. So that's it.
All right.
So you know what I mean? The spikes would just start to stab into you, and you might get what's that thing with the what's the thing where the iron gives you disease or whatever with the rust?
Tetanus?
Yeah, you might probably get tetanus from this thing.
Maybe. All right, you got 2 more torture devices, and then
All right, well, let's just kind of speed run these.
we got to end it because
collar.
I'm hungry.
That's a neck thing. I
Yeah.
don't think that's really a thing.
I saw that
The
on
tub,
Amazon.
simple biology. Oh, they'd probably put your face in there or something. I don't know. The
We've
coffin.
seen that. They
Just
had
put 'em
that
in a
on, what's it
cage.
called?
The pillory, we know that. That's what we were in, where you're just kind of like in the stocks. Your arms are in there, your head. We already know the brazen bull. Oh, that's a butt. Crocodile shears. A simple set of pincers. They'd be heated up to have red hot, then used to pull a person apart piecemeal. Whoa.
Ew.
Yikes. Oh, and then, of course, the crucifix.
That was terrible.
Nail yourself up there.
Yeah.
Let's see what else we got. Scavenger's daughter. Let's see. Come on. It was an A-frame metal rack with an iron hoop on the top and hinges in the middle and lower ends. The victim's head was forcibly strapped on the top of the A-frame. The hands in the middle.
Ugh, that
The
thing is
legs
so
at the lower
gross.
end. It was like the person was placed into a set of iron dentures. Whoa.
Ew.
The device is usually used to torture people who are accused of high treason.
Yuck.
Yikes. Yeah, pillory, all know. Yeah,
Yeah.
Iron Maiden, we know. Let's see what else we can find. I mean, there's definitely drawn and quartered, which is really fucked
Yeah.
up. Let's see. Flipping through here. Let's just pull up drawn and quartered.
Drawn and quartered.
drawn
for
and
our
quartered-
Last one.
Hanged, drawn, and quartered, actually. So hanged, drawn, and quartered isn't really like, I wouldn't say torture per se, and more of an execution, but it's a torturous execution. Does that make sense?
Yes.
So, and then, graphic imagery abound. Maybe I shouldn't show this, but essentially you would have a guy, right?
Oh, this is when they're dragged.
Right. That's
Is that
part of it.
telling me?
That's part of it. So, okay. I just kind of want to quickly flash some stuff. So, hanged, drawn, and quartered means first you were hanged, and no, not hung. Hung is not the word. Hanged is the word here. And hanged means that you were hanged, right? You're put in a noose. So the first thing, like most people that were hanged back in the day, when hanging was like normal, they would be dropped at such a distance that the hanging would snap their neck, and so they would die instantly, right?
Okay.
So a lot of times when you see people being hanged on movies and stuff, where they're like literally just being hanged until they get choked to death, isn't how being hanged was a lot of the time in history, that is. Only when people really want people to suffer, which is really sad with lynchings and stuff and like all that shit that went down back in the day. It's horrible and horrific. But back in the day, like normal execution stuff, you would have the gallows, right, which has the floor that would open up and people would drop down, and gravity would take its course. They would be, it would snap their neck. They'd be dead, right? And only like people's whose head weren't or necks weren't snapped, you would have to just wait till they choked to death, right? When it comes to the hang, drawn, and quartered types, though, they would not want their necks snapped. They would only want to hang them to almost choke them to death. But then they would stop the hanging right before they died, right?
Okay.
Then we would be on the drawn part. Now, what do you think drawn means?
I don't know. Dragged.
Yeah, that's what I thought too. But guess what? That's not true.
What's drawn?
So drawn is when they heat up a knife or a sword, they cut off your genitals,
Oh no.
they slice open your gut, they pull out your intestines by drawing out your insides. That's what drawn means. Yikers, right? Fuck. Let's have a sip for that one. Holy shit.
Ugh.
And then on for the worst part, which is the quartering. To be quartered is to be what, Mochi Squeeze? What does the word quarter mean?
I don't know.
What is a quarter?
Cut in, I don't know, fourths.
Right? Simple. You just said it. Yeah, so you literally were chopped into 4 pieces.
Ew.
So either by being sliced or the worst possible way of being quartered, which is what you said earlier, which is
Dragged.
being attached to a horse. But guess how many horses?
4.
That's right. 4 horses attached to your 4 limbs.
Terrible.
They would they would be whipped, so they
But
would
technically,
pull.
wouldn't that be 5?
No,
Because your body.
no. You're not worrying about the torso or the head.
Okay.
Just the limbs, right? So it would be both your arms, both your legs, roped, attached, attached to 4 different horses. The horses would be whipped to pull in 4 different directions, and eventually your body would be ripped into 4 pieces.
Yeah.
So there you go. And mind you, while that's happening, you are disemboweled. Your intestines are already spilled out of you, like touching the dirt as you're being ripped
That's
apart
fucking
into 4 pieces.
disgusting.
And just so you know, the crime that would get you this sentence is high treason.
Oh.
So
But
crime against your
high treason.
crime against your country, crime against your ruler, essentially.
Yeah.
So
All right.
yeehaw! Let's just say rack one more time, so that we have to take another sip of our drink. Well, damn, that was intense, right?
Yep.
I think we could probably think of even more torturous things that people did through the years, but I think that's probably good.
But we are out of time.
We are at a time, and that's enough blood and mayhem,
Yes. So
Mochi Squeeze, take us away.
up next, we are out of time. So typically around this time, we do our 25-cent advice. So our 25-cent
let's do
advice
that.
is just, advice that we say is worth a quarter, but it is worth way more. My 25-cent advice is stay away from these people that are like trying to make up these torture devices. I mean, if they're thinking about ways to torture people, who knows if they might try it on you. You never know. So don't trust people. That's about it. Jacob, take it away.
My 25-cent advice is I don't know. Let me see. It's my 25-cent advice about torture. Okay, here's my 25-cent advice. Animals feel pain and stuff, so don't torture animals. That's really fucked up.
Yeah, please don't do that.
Anything that's alive, any kind of torture, like ripping the wings off a fly, that's not okay, man. If you're thinking about doing that kind of
Yeah,
stuff,
just straight up kill the fly.
well, yeah, you could swat it and destroy it, but if you're having weird thoughts about doing fucked up things to living creatures, like torturing them in any
get
way,
some help, man.
definitely get some help. Talk to someone. It's not okay. Don't torture.
Jacob's advice
Just
got
don't.
real serious.
Hey, I'm just saying.
But that's true.
Just don't torture.
All
That's
right.
my 25
So
cent advice.
next up is normally our Huda Gras shot, but I've been drinking this disgusting shit that if I take like a
You don't
Huda
want
Gras
to
shot,
do a Huda Gras?
if I take a Huda Gras shot with me drinking this cacti shit, I'll vomit.
Why are you still drinking it?
It's because I was following extremely crucial and Kate Dammits run advice.
Yikes.
So Jacob's gonna do the Huda Gras shot. Normally we do that. I'm gonna take a big swig of this cacti, disgusting shit.
Wow.
Next time I promise I will do a Huda Gras shot with you at the end. So
Mochi
Huda
Squeeze,
Gras-
before we get out of here, why don't you tell everyone your favorite horror movie? Just for Horror Turbo.
Oh
Yeah,
my
Horror
god.
Turbo.
Okay. Are we doing a favorite like because I like to watch it or favorite because like it scares me the most?
Ooh, this week I'm gonna ask you your favorite that you like to watch, and I don't mean spooky, I mean horror, like actual horror film.
My favorite that I like to watch
Yes.
because it doesn't scare me, but it did scare me before, but doesn't really scare me now.
Fair enough.
Probably would be The Conjuring.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay.
Good one.
But my scary movie that like scares me that I can't watch right now, normally I would say It, but I'm not gonna lie, I have rewatched It, and it isn't scary anymore to me.
You mean like the old school one?
Yeah, the old school one.
Yeah. Mhm.
And even the new school one. It's
it's
kind of
not.
like just comedy. But the one that really gets me is, and people are like don't at me, okay? But I'm gonna tell you, It Follows.
Oh yeah.
Because
Great.
That thing creeps me out. Like I just keep on picturing those randos just walking.
With the white.
And I just
outfit.
can't. No, they're not always wearing white. That's why I feel like
They
we
are
should.
always wearing
no,
white.
I feel like even though it's gonna scare me, I feel like we should rewatch
Okay.
it because you don't remember it correctly.
Okay, we'll rewatch it. I really want to. I'm down. I love that movie.
It scares me. It creeps me the fuck out. I can't. I know people are gonna be like, "Oh, but blah blah
No,
blah." I don't
it's
want to
scary.
spoil it
No, it's
for
scary.
anyone, but
It actually is scary.
I don't want to spoil it for anyone. But people are gonna be like, "Oh,"
good.
because the premise is like, "Oh, blah blah blah." They're gonna say some weird shit about it. But no, just really think about the imagery that happens in that, and
Yeah.
it is fucking scary as fuck.
So I'd say probably my favorite horror movie is Evil Dead 2 because I love it so much. But
Okay,
then
what's
what's
one that scares you?
really scary is probably Insidious 1. I'll just throw it out there. That
Okay.
movie's scary as fuck. But anyway, let's get the fuck out of here. You ready to go?
Yeah, I'm ready. So
You know what? We want to really thank you
yeah,
for being here,
everyone
hanging
who
out,
watched,
all that
thank
good time.
you for hanging out and letting me unwinding with me because my week was rough. When I tell you it was rough. So we're gonna do our Huda Gras shot. Our Huda Gras. We get that from our friend Kevin. He
Yep. Means
is,
live,
you
laugh,
know-
love, and drink.
Yes.
We love you, Kevin.
So here we go.
Huda
Huda
Gras.
Gras.
Cheers to you. Cheers to Mochi. And we'll see you next week for another Horror-tober. Excellent topic.
Yeah, and then see what I have planned next for my costume.
Oh, yeah. And maybe I'll have a costume next week, too. Okay.
Yeah.
Goodbye.
All right,
Let me take the shot.
bye. Oh Lord, I am hungry, and that thing was gross. Never have me drink that again.